Hello, Sairam everyone. I said I will record a video on cutting the ties, forgiveness meditation, and including the Ho'oponopono Hawaiian healing method. So I finally figured out the technology, and here I am. Hopefully, this can be shared with people, Sai devotees, anyone all around the world, so we can effect a change in the energy atmosphere of the entire earth by doing this. I don't have to tell you the kind of turmoil that is happening with natural disasters, protests from human beings, people around the world, and everyone struggling with corona, fear, and anger, all these negative emotions that are causing the problem. Swami says, Mano Moolam Idam Jagat. That means the entire world, Jagat, is made up of mind, the collective mind of all of us human beings who inhabit this world. So I am going to walk you through this. First of all, I want to mention that just a few of us doing this meditation is enough to make a change happen. We just need to increase the vibratory level of people around us in our own small communities, and then that will have a multiplying exponential effect. Okay. Before I get into the meditation technique itself, I want to speak about vibrations. Dr. David Hawkins, I mentioned this as well in our class that we had. He did a map of consciousness in which he measured the frequencies of different people, and with even one person at myself at different times with different emotions, as for example. So he mapped that, and I will show you that video in a minute, that slide in a minute. And he said things like shame and guilt are vibrating at a very low level of 20 to 30. Fear is about 100. For us to get to a higher vibratory level of 200, we then start to have courage to face. Swami says, face the devil. So 200 is the vibratory level that perks up our courage to face our negative emotions and our life that gives us these negative emotions. Okay, so once we go beyond the 200 level, then we get to levels like acceptance, reasoning, willingness, and things like that. So in David Hawkins' research, he says one individual with a 300 vibratory level, 300 level of the frequency, can counterbalance 90,000 individuals below the 200 mark. Remember, 200 is the courage level, which is all the negative red emotions. I will show you that in a slide very soon. What we want to do as Sai devotees is to hold on to our level of vibrations at 200, 300, 5, up to 500 even. 500 is the the vibratory level, the frequency of love. And we have the ability to heal the planet and the people through our abundant love that we can spread these vibrations throughout our planet and the people. So this is science, the science behind Dr. David Hawkins, who was a researcher on consciousness. Okay, and so I'm just going to show you now the technique. This is the slide I was telling you about, where you can see frequency of 20, 30, 50, shame, guilt, apathy. 100 is fear, as mentioned, and 200 courage. So David Hawkins' map of consciousness, he has measured, and we constantly send our vibrations to others. So we have to be conscious when we are feeling any kind of negative emotions that we do not want to impact other people. In this next slide, I was mentioning to you about all those frequencies above the 200 level. Neutrality, willingness, acceptance go from 250 to 350. Reason is 400. And as I mentioned, 500 is love. Beyond that is almost like saintly joy, peace. I think we feel sometimes we're not always joyful and peaceful. Enlightenment is 700 and divine grace is 1000, according to the research done by David Hawkins. But Swami says if we have love, if we can vibrate at the 500 level, we will not have any disease, because all diseases are rooted in the mind. So let us all strive, and I think we all are, whoever is listening to this, we all are trying to raise our vibrations to that level of love and to Swami's love all, serve all dictum in practice every day. The reason why COVID is here is because some of the time, or most of the time, the whole 80 plus 90% of the population has been in fear, guilt, these kind of shame and all these kind of low vibrations that has made them made their immunity impaired, so that they caught on to some virus that is supposed to vibrate at a very low level of 25 or something like that. I have read that somewhere, that COVID vibrates as 25. So most importantly now, let us strive to increase our vibrations to the love level, so we can hold our immunity high and not be affected by disease, as well as change the world through our higher vibratory frequency. Earlier, I mentioned about how one individual can counterbalance the negative effects of thousands of people. In this slide, we see anyone vibrating at 300 level, which is even lower than the 500. It is, I think, neutrality or acceptance, willingness, something like that. Counterbalances 90,000 individuals below the 200 mark. Then 400 can counterbalance 400,000. 500, the love level, can counterbalance 750,000. So each one of us can strive to get higher than the 200 level to 300, 400, 500, perhaps all the way up to 700, which can impact 70 million individuals. If even a handful of us, even a few hundred of us do this, we have the ability to change the world and bring in this golden age that has been spoken of by Swami. So I believe in this, and I know it works. I know when I have changed, I have been conscious of me vibrating at lower levels because of some vasana or some emotional trauma or subconscious feelings from the past. I know that it also impacts those around me who are immediately around me, and vice versa. Others also impact us. So it is so important to be aware. Swami says, always be careful. And I strive, and I hope that all of you will be conscious. Always be careful about what we are feeling, what we are thinking, so that we can raise up our vibrations immediately. Something negative, something happens, because we are all impacted by whatever happens around us, by watching the news, the social media, people's behavior around us, somebody speaking crossly with us or angry with us or shouting at us. That immediately triggers off our own defense mechanism and lowers our vibrations. So this is why Swami talks about equanimity. So I think with all that is happening in the world now, this is what Swami is saying. We have to raise our vibrations. And I am going to teach you through this forgiveness exercise how to raise our vibrations. I really like this quote from Mark Twain. Forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds on the heel that crushed it. What a meaningful and great, wonderful quote from Mark Twain. I really, really like this. And this is probably what we need to do. And in the next slide, we will talk about how to do the forgiveness meditation based on cutting the ties that bind, Phyllis Crystal's method, incorporating Ho'oponopono as well. We are going to now do the forgiveness meditation for Mother Earth. Okay, take a look at the triangular light with the figure 8 on the floor of that slide. You can see there is a beautiful bright yellow circle on the top. That circle represents the Lord of the universe, Swami, Sai Ram, Krishna, Rama, Jesus, Allah, whatever name you want to call that high consciousness or the universal consciousness, your favorite form of the Lord. Okay, and this particular forgiveness meditation, cutting the ties that bind, from Phyllis Crystal's method, is for anybody you want to forgive, or you have suppose you have a difficult relationship in your family or with your colleagues or friends or anybody from the past, even people who have passed away. We need to clear out the subconscious repressed emotions from those interactions and relationships for us to shine with the beautiful aura of who we are, for our Atma to come out from underneath all this buried dirt. So this is a form of Chitta Shuddhi, cleansing of the subconscious mind. So you, in your personal life, you may want to place anybody like that. I have done it for my parents, for my husband, my child, because we say things, we hurt each other, my sisters, as well as people who have passed on. Actually, I did it after my father passed away, and both my parents passed away. So we can do it, and the amount of release you can feel once that forgiveness has happened is unspeakable. It cannot be explained. Okay, and of course, if it is a relationship with someone very close, you can't just do it once. You have to do it every day, twice a day, sometimes depending upon the intensity of emotions. I did it for my daughter. She went through a traumatic time when my husband passed away 26 years ago. She was only 11. I did it for her just now, a few years ago, 5-6 years ago. And I had to do it for 1.5 years for her to open up and talk about her father, right? So it is very powerful. But in this meditation technique, we are going to place Mother Earth, because we know that our planet and the people, all of us, the human beings, and all living beings, the animals, the fish, the ocean, ocean is even suffering, all the Great Barrier Reef, the life in the oceans and on Earth, every species is in trauma. So we are going to heal Mother Earth. So please, we will place across from us, you take a look at that circle, and I'll walk you through how to do this meditation. We will place Bhumata, Mother Earth, a form of Devi that is most favorite for you, or just the globe across from you and I when we do the meditation. Now sitting up straight with your back, feet flat on the ground, or if you're sitting on the floor, be comfortable in Padmasana or Sukhasana, which is comfortable sitting cross-legged pose. Fingers in dhyana position, palms facing up on your lap, neck and shoulders relaxed. Make sure the back is straight, spine is straight, and neck is straight in line with the spine. Closing your eyes, take a deep breath in Pushing your belly out as you breathe in. Breathe out, relax your belly, let it collapse and expel out all the carbon dioxide and toxins when you exhale. Inhale, full lungs, pushing your belly out. Exhale, pull your belly in. Exhale all toxins, tension, carbon dioxide. One more time, deep breath in and out. Make sure your focus is on the middle of your forehead, in between your eyebrows. Imagine you are sitting inside this beautiful golden circle bordered in the middle with the blue, lovely blue representing infinite love. Touching that circle is another circle forming a figure 8. These circles are as big as around you as the radius of your arm's length. And know that Swami is smiling at you from above you, shedding beautiful golden light onto you and the other circle. Now place lovingly and reverentially the globe or Mother Earth in your mind on the circle across from you. Ask Swami to heal all of us, his children, including Bhumata, who is also his creation. Heal us, get us to the golden age soon. Swami, let this suffering stop. We are going to chant 21 ohms, sending to Mother Earth the vibration of the pranava sound of ohms. And this will envelop the entire earth and over time change vibrations. The more and more of us do it. I'm going to chant and you can chant with me. Of course, the breadth and the length of time that the Om is chanted can differ depending upon how long your breath inhalation and exhalation is. Taking a deep breath in. You will notice breathing in, ma are the 3 syllables, and there is a pause or silence after that. And then take the second breath for the second Om. That then gives you the connection to Swami in that silence between the 2 Oms and the breath. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now look at Mother Earth. Put your hands together in pranam. Say to her, I'm sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. We love you. We are sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. We love you. We are sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. We love you. Now thanks Swami for being there to heal all of us and Bhumata, our planet, our home, our Mother Earth, who sustains all of us. Thank you, Swami, for loving, healing, and sending your infinite light and love to all of us, unconditional love to all of us and everyone on the planet and the planet. Open your eyes. This saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, has been written in this book called Zero Limits by Dr. Hugh Len. He's a Hawaiian citizen, and he did a method called Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian healing method, and that's what we used when we did the meditation with our Mother Earth, the triangle, the figure 8 healing method. We've used the Ho'oponopono, combined it with it. Now, the story behind what Dr. Len did is that he was hired as a prison warden in a prison in Hawaii, and that prison was supposed to be very, very notorious. And the inmates, the prisoners, terrorized the staff, and the staff never lasted. There is such a big turnover of people in and out, the staff turning in and out, and staff were very afraid, and they were traumatized by the prisoners. So, when this man, Dr. Len, took over as warden, he did not go and visit any of the prisoners like all the other wardens did. He just sat in his office, looked through all of the files all day long. He would look at every file, and while the staff was trying to give food to the prisoners, they can't even go near the gate of the prison, or the door of the prison to give it to the inmates. They have to put it far away and push it because they were too afraid. And it was such a terrorizing thing for them. Yet, when Dr. Len came, all he did was sit in his office, look through the files, and suddenly people found a few months later, the prisoners were calmer. They didn't yell and scream and shout like they always did. They were more civil, and they were wondering what happened. And then after that, the staff was able to approach closer to feed them and take care of whatever their basic needs were. They started to get less and less fearful of the prisoners. And then soon after, some more months later, they were even let out to go out and play in the sunshine, some ball game or some games. And like they were all wondering how all of a sudden things changed. And then this book came about when Dr. Len said that every day he did Ho'oponopono healing method for every one of the prisoner, for every one of their crimes that they had committed, which was all in the files that he was reading. He was actually sending love. He was unconditionally sending love to that part of these prisoners who had, like Swami says, you are Atma, you are already divine. So he was connecting to that divinity within, which changed them from inside out. So that is the story of this book. If you have a chance, you can read it. But it is very important you use this method in your own life instead of putting the Mother Earth, as in the picture, you can put another person, like I mentioned, across from you and do this meditation, sending love and light. And I'm finishing with, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Okay, so I hope together we can change this world and bring the golden age to come. As I mentioned in the previous slide, golden age is what we can bring in. We Sai devotees have an opportunity that has been given by Swami, and we can make a difference and we can bring this in because he has equipped us. He has given us his love. He has transformed us. He has trained us throughout our lifetimes. Now, golden age, Swami explains in detail. It is like the Ramarajyam in Ramakatha Rasavahini chapter, volume 2. So please, if you have a chance, do go and take a look at it and read it. It is a wonderful reading of how truly it is a utopia, world of utopia. So do take a look at this. Now in this slide, you see what Dr. Hawkins says and why I think we Sai devotees are enough, and other devotees who love God. There are not just Sai devotees. The lovers and devotees of God around the world in whatever forms and names, they're all one, as Swami tells us. He says, although only 15% of the world's population is above the critical consciousness level of 200, which is the cutoff level, the courage level, right? Courage to face the devil, right? Swami's four Fs, follow the master, face the devil, fight to the end, finish the game. So that 200, the collective power of this 15% has the weight to counterbalance the low vibrations of the rest of the 85% of the world. How fantastic is this? Dr. Hawkins had done this study. He had a methodology and he has published it in his Power versus Force and other books that he has written. So if you really are skeptical about this and want to know, you can go look him up. But regardless, you and I know when we are positive, when we send love and light to just the close people around us, our family, our friends, our colleagues, our life changes, our small world changes. So one person can have an effect on changing our own circles of friends, family, and life in a, just by growing up and above the 200 level, the 300, 400, 500 level of love. Okay. So, and then he also says, because the scale of power advances logarithmically, a single avatar, as in our Swami, at a conscious level of 1000 can counterbalance the collective negativity of the entire mankind. Swami can do that in a snap of his fingers, but he is giving us the opportunity to grow, to do this and redeem ourselves, because we have karma to get rid of. So I ask all of you to please try and do this meditation. Thank you for listening to me. I'm just going to finish with one bhajan. O loving Lord of all the worlds, let me be your devotee. Your divine light is all I am, all I can ever be. God above me, in and of me, all I see is yours. Sai above me, in and of me, all I love is yours. Let me come into your heart and stay forevermore. Baba, let me come into your heart and stay forevermore. O loving Lord of all the worlds, let me be your devotee.